1. Emotional influence and manipulation. Have you ever had the feeling that someone understands your emotions a little too well? Not in a supportive way, but in a way that feels strategic, as if they're using your feelings to guide your decisions or reactions. Some individuals are highly perceptive and skilled at identifying emotional patterns. While this can be harmless in some cases, others may use this ability to influence or control situations for their benefit. Understanding how emotional influence works is important. It helps us create healthy boundaries, make thoughtful choices, and stay aware of how our feelings might be shaped by others. 2. The reality of psychological manipulation. Psychological manipulation is not just a topic for films or fiction. It can be a real part of some people's lived experiences. At times, individuals may find themselves in relationships or situations where someone uses subtle emotional tactics to influence their thoughts or behavior. This often happens gradually and can be difficult to recognize. Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step in addressing them. By understanding how manipulation works, we can better protect our emotional well-being, make informed decisions, and create a healthier environment based on trust, mutual respect, and clear personal boundaries. 3. Introducing stoicism as a solution in challenging emotional situations. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or uncertain. This is where the philosophy of stoicism can offer meaningful support. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, choices, and reactions, and to let go of what lies beyond our influence. By practicing this mindset, we develop a more stable and peaceful inner life, even when external circumstances are difficult. Rather than being reactive, we learn to respond with clarity and intention. Stoicism encourages personal growth through self-awareness, helping us maintain our values and emotional balance in a wide range of situations. 4. The nanobot analogy for narcissistic behavior. Imagine someone who constantly adjusts their behavior to fit every social setting, like a highly responsive system analyzing its surroundings and changing accordingly. This analogy helps us understand how certain individuals may interact with others, not from a place of authenticity, but through learned patterns aimed at maintaining attention or approval. They may shift their responses based on what they perceive others want rather than expressing their true selves. Recognizing this behavior isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. When we understand these patterns, we're better equipped to maintain clear boundaries and respond in ways that protect our emotional well-being. 5. Stoicism as mental armor in moments of emotional pressure or manipulation. It's important to have a steady foundation. Stoicism offers this by helping us focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and values. This mindset works like mental armor, giving us clarity and calm even when others around us are unpredictable. Instead of reacting emotionally, we learn to observe, reflect, and choose our responses thoughtfully. This doesn't mean avoiding challenges, it means facing them with resilience and inner strength. Through daily practice, Stoicism can help us remain balanced and grounded, regardless of how others choose to behave. 6. Personal stability versus external validations. Some individuals may often adjust their actions based on how others perceive them, seeking constant affirmation. While understandable, this pattern can create emotional uncertainty over time. Stoic philosophy offers a helpful alternative, focusing on internal values rather than external opinions. When we prioritize honesty, responsibility, and calm reflection, we develop a sense of stability that isn't dependent on others. This doesn't mean ignoring relationships, but rather approaching them with balance and self-awareness. By cultivating inner confidence, we reduce the impact of changing external circumstances and build a more grounded, thoughtful approach to life and interactions. 7. Understanding without reacting. When faced with challenging behavior, it's natural to feel the urge to react quickly. However, Stoicism teaches us the value of slowing down and observing first. Instead of responding emotionally, we can take a moment to understand the situation and choose a response that reflects our values. This doesn't mean ignoring what's happening, it means approaching it with thoughtfulness. By practicing this skill regularly, we become more composed and intentional. It helps us maintain our well-being while navigating complex situations, especially in relationships where emotions can run high. Clarity often begins with a calm and steady mind. 8. Observing without absorbing. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is learning to observe situations without letting them disturb your inner peace. Not every comment or action needs a reaction.
Ow.
By stepping back and simply noticing what's happening, we protect our emotional balance. This doesn't mean we ignore what's wrong. It means we choose to respond thoughtfully rather than take on the emotional weight of others. Observing without absorbing allows us to maintain clarity and avoid becoming overwhelmed. With practice, this approach builds emotional resilience, helping us stay centered in both peaceful and challenging moments. 9. Choosing integrity over reaction in difficult situations. It's easy to act on impulse or emotion. But Stoicism reminds us to pause and ask, what response reflects my values? When we choose integrity over immediate reaction, we act with purpose rather than regret. This might mean staying calm in a tense conversation or walking away from a disagreement without escalation. Integrity involves staying true to your character even when it's not easy. By focusing on thoughtful action, instead of emotional reaction, we protect our peace and contribute to healthier communication. Over time, this builds self-respect and strengthens relationships through consistent, respectful behavior. 10. Recognizing that deception reflects the other person's character, not your worth. When someone chooses not to be honest, it's natural to feel hurt or confused. But Stoic philosophy helps us see that another person's actions are a reflection of their choices, not a statement about our value. Your worth is not determined by how someone treats you, but by how you live, act, and uphold your principles. Instead of internalizing someone else's behavior, recognize it for what it is, their responsibility. This mindset allows you to move forward with clarity and confidence, knowing that your character remains intact, regardless of the decisions others make. 11. Shifting perspective from why me to what can I learn? When we face challenges, it's easy to ask, why is this happening to me? But Stoicism offers a more helpful question. What can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective empowers us to grow rather than dwell on the difficulty. Every situation, even the painful ones, holds a lesson about ourselves, others, or life. Instead of focusing on blame or disappointment, we look for insight and growth. This approach doesn't ignore the reality of what happened. It helps us move forward with resilience, wisdom, and a clearer understanding of how to navigate future situations. 12. Building a stronger self through acceptance and growth. Personal growth often begins with acceptance, not approval of what happened, but an honest acknowledgement of the situation. When we stop resisting reality, we create space for understanding and healing. Stoicism teaches us to use every experience, even the difficult ones, as an opportunity to strengthen our character, instead of dwelling on what we cannot change. We focus on how we can grow from it. This mindset helps us become more grounded, thoughtful, and resilient. By facing challenges with acceptance and a desire to improve, we continue to build a life guided by clarity, purpose, and personal integrity. 13. Practicing daily Stoic habits to build emotional resilience. Emotional resilience doesn't develop overnight, it's built through consistent daily practice. Stoicism offers simple, practical habits to strengthen our inner stability. Start by reflecting each morning on what might challenge your peace and how you wish to respond. In the evening, review your actions with honesty and kindness. Throughout the day, pause before reacting and choose responses based on values rather than emotions. These small steps help train the mind to remain steady even during uncertainty. Over time, you'll notice more calm, clarity, and self-awareness, allowing you to navigate relationships and life with greater balance and strength. 14. Living authentically and moving forward with Stoic peace. Living authentically means aligning your actions with your values, regardless of external circumstances. Stoicism teaches us that inner peace comes from staying true to ourselves, not from changing others. When challenges arise, we can respond with understanding rather than reaction. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting what happened, it means choosing growth over resentment. By practicing patience, mindfulness, and self-honesty, we create a more meaningful life. Each step taken with clarity and purpose strengthens our ability to stay grounded. In this way, we move forward not with bitterness, but with a sense of calm and quiet confidence in who we are.